everyone, welcome to the video. And I have a pair of pants here I'm gonna throw right now. Yeah, so quickly before this week's Hardened Scales for Arcbound workers, this is the last of this installment. Let's start by saying, let me know down below, did you like this series? Would you like to see more like this? Do you want me to play maybe a slightly different deck? What are your thoughts? Would you like me to keep doing this? Then second, I guess I'll go for the bad news first. These are the bad news. So I made my 200 sub special. You know, it took me a pretty long time to edit, and I was like, oh, this is great, blah blah blah. You know, here it is. Yeah, I was talking about my Magic journey, and then all the video files got corrupted. Yes, so basically all of it was for nothing. So, and I, of course, because I thought I had already uploaded the video and everything, I removed all the files from my computer, and because they were too big, now I can recover them. Yeah, so I'll need to re-upload this, maybe come up with something even better, but yeah, this is why it's taking so long. Then on other news, bear news, I have today I've updated the Sideboard guide with some changes. Basically, I was trying to make this video based on each of like the matchups and you know, give my thoughts on each matchup, but you know, matchups change so quickly in Modern, so many decks come up that it just becomes obsolete too quickly, right? So I think but what I did today is on every matchup, I actually gave you the plan I'm following right now. So yeah, this is like this for e-tron. We have here as well red-black prowess, UR prowess, Banfield, Murfield, goblins, dredge, amulet titan, jaunt, mid-range, devoted devastation, tron, and give storm, and burn even. So I have the ton of matchups. I think that covers most of the. So if you go to the MTG Goldfish, this is basically the most of the decks, right? Like, and then of course, if you want to hear my thoughts on a specific matchup like humans, this is a kind of a common matchup should make a humans list, mono blue tron ad nauseum. Maybe I can fill it up, but normally I don't feel it's super needed. I mean, people kind of know how to deal with those matchups, and they're kind of niche compared to the other most popular. So basically, I have a Sideboard guide for the most popular. And on top of that, I updated what I think is the most optimal list right now. And it's basically a list that's still running Crystalline Giant. I will make a video tomorrow. Look forward to that tomorrow about why Crystalline Giant I think it's better than Scavenger Recombiner, and actually mostly why Scavenger Recombiner is kind of bad, and you should probably not play it unless you have a really good reason to. And yeah, this is the list I will be playing right now. You can just literally copy paste it into MTGO or whatever, buy it or something. I mean, basically quite simple, quite similar to what I was playing before. The changes, and I explain here. I tried a ton of things lately. I tried Gemrich main deck, Scavenger Recombiners, main deck, 4 Scavenger Recombiners, no Ancient Stirrings. And I think how the metagame is shaping up to be, there is specifically, let's say the longest matchup we face, which is a Titan field or like a band field. That matchup we cannot really win unless we have on the late game, because just Field of the Dead is just too powerful, right? Field of the Dead does what Animation Module does for free. So we really cannot afford to go into the late game trying to beat army of zombies plus Cryptic Commands, plus 2 exiles and Planeswalkers, right? Because once they stabilize with the zombies, then just they cast their Planeswalkers, and it's very hard to tag those Planeswalkers, right? Yeah, so basically I think we need to be much more aggressive now than we were in the past, and that's where Crystalline Giant and not playing 24 lands comes into play. Anyway, that is the, let's say, intro. On top of this, I'm streaming every day in the AM for this week. The reason for that is that this week I'm off, so I have the time. And yeah, if you like more content like this, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the match where we're playing the last match. I actually don't remember against what, but enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's video on Hardened Scales for Arcbound workers, learning how to be an Arcbound Ravager in no time. And I know that's a long title, but I like it. Anyway, yeah, basically, I decided to start this video early because like I was wasting a lot of time last time when I started playing, and you know, you need to show consideration to your opponents. But yeah, basically what I do here is I talk about every single thing I'm doing. I don't talk so much about strategy, I don't talk so much about my opponent. I talk focus and try to explain almost every single interaction that I am playing with, right? So we're gonna try to do that. This has been really well liked so far, so I will try to keep making them. And yeah, if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and it really, you know, boosts my ego when I see those numbers. We're on the play, and I'm gonna say yes to being on the play. So let's see. So what is this hand doing? So this hand has lands, has Land Over the Born, has Ancient Stirrings, Metallic Mimic. This is a bit of a different hand. I normally, I've said before, I don't like to play Ancient Stirrings number 1 because sometimes it can be awkward. It's kind of tempo negative, if very technical people say. So basically what it means is that we'll cast Ancient Stirrings and nothing will change. We'll only get an extra card, right? So that will not really impact the battlefield in any manner. Since we're on the play and we have like Metallic Mimic, I'm inclined to keep this hand and Ancient Strings for a Ballista or an Arcbound. Or a Hangable Walker. So in this way, we can cast it for X equals 0, as we saw last week, and then we can, you know, do all sorts of goodness. So I'll keep it. That's my long way of saying. And opponent is also keeping, but since we're not as likely as last. So we're playing the 4. We're just gonna. Another option could be to play Land Over the Born with that. That's what I would do if I had another kind of threat that it was not Metallic Mimic. But Metallic Mimic really rewards you to having all these constructs. So we're gonna play a forest. We're gonna Ancient Stirrings, and opponent knows immediately made this thing. And yeah, we have here 2 constructs. Cavalier Recombiner sadly is costing 3 mana, and but Hangable Walker can be coming for free. So we're gonna get that. Any order and pass it on. So you know also. Arcbound Worker will also come in with an extra counter if the Metallic Mimic survives the turn. Let's do it food heals. Let's see what our opponent. Maybe we're playing against red, some kind. Maybe some prowess. Burn. Most likely prowess. Oh, that's an interesting choice now we have. This Okay. We can play the Land Over the Born and the Hardened Scales. Hold on there for a second. I think that's probably like the highest upside play. Because if we play it right now, this is actually kind of a weak combination. You know, this can die to Lava Dart, both of these cards. They're off. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna play the Hardened Scales. He knows we just drew this, like he's paying. I mean, maybe he doesn't know, but if you are playing the mirror like this is. We're playing Scales. Opponent's reading the card. We play Land Over the Born top, so we get an extra counter next turn, and we pass it down. We're taking some damage this coming turn, but should be okay. Soul Scale is really strong against us because the -1/-1 counters means that if you have like a 4/4 construct, then with a bolt it becomes a 1/1. That's up. So we're playing against UR Prowess again. It's one of the, people call it the hottest. And I like that. The hottest deck in Modern, right? Like the deck that everybody likes. And so you gotta plan, you gotta be prepared for this. Prepared we will be. Now it's a bit risky, actually, to be playing the Metallic Mimic. Because if they have interaction, they can kill this when this is on the stack. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the Hangable Walker. But you will notice I will not be moving the counters from the Land Over the Born. And the reason for this is simply if they have a bolt. So let me explain this. If I move the counters, they can bolt it and I will make it a 1/1. And then when they bolt it again, I will only get 1 top tier, but in this way I will get 2 top tiers, right? So I really like that. And so I didn't explain this at all. So Soul Scale what it does is when you bolt something, you put -1/-1 counters on it. So in the sense, what it will do is it will kill the Hangback and we'll get 2 top tiers right now because it still counts that it has a +1/+1 counter. It's strange. But if we move the counter, it will be a 4/4. Then when they bolt it, it will become a 1/1. and then we will get one less count, and that's so. We're gonna play the worker as well. And also, we're not may graft onto this guy because I actually am pretty happy if they start bolting this avant worker. I mean, I'm not sure if that is like a good play or not. But... So the reason I'm grafting here is like if they decide to bolt here, it's rather fine. One less bolt that they are facing us. This game, if I had walking ballista, I would have for sure moved the counter. But they didn't use it. I mean, normally prowess. Yeah. I don't know if this is like a good player. But yeah, the reason this deck is popular is because it's really strong, really explosive. You know, it has it allows, basically it just kills people pretty fast, and it also is quite resilient because it has like a lot of card selection in opt and storming entity. You know, a lot of things going for this deck actually. You know, it likes casting a lot of spells, you know, like randomly. Like EZ colors, they always like to kind of just change spells like constantly, right? And on top of that, they have payoffs for it. Let's Sprite Dragon. They have one land open. I'm gonna block here. I'm gonna block that because I can't. I'm happy I put the counters on the Avant worker. So that means that Avant Ravager will be our best draw. Not Avant Ravager, but that's also fine. So we can do here. Play the animation module. I think I'm gonna start playing the animation module and then I will attack with the Avant worker. Right? So the reason I'm doing that is in case they destroy this, I can make an extra servo. And then I'll play the metallic mimic. I'll probably name top. And then I can put a counter over here. So I'm gonna start the animation module. Then I'm gonna attack with this. We can kill them actually faster than they can kill. I'm gonna attack with this. They don't block. And then here we have two choices. We can play the mimic, and I would say probably playing the mimic and naming servo is like the strongest play. But of course that means that we cannot really use it. So it's kind of a bait for balls and lava darts and stuff. So yeah. Not just I'm playing the Inmoth Nexus. The reason I'm playing the Inmoth Nexus over the Forest is because Inmoth Nexuses can win us the game, you know? If we draw Ravager next turn, we can probably win the game through these Inmoth Nexuses. Whereas the Forest is just lined. So I'm just gonna play the Metallic Mimic. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna name. I could name Topter. Quickly destroy. Or I could name Servo. I think I'm gonna name Servo. That really forces them to beat us. Like they needed to kill this right now, and I'm pretty happy they start shooting this down. They don't use their mana again, so they're trying to use their cast the spells on their turn, which is fair. They play Manamorphose, they get tons. This is like one of the strongest cards, Manamorphose, of course, because I'm gonna block Soulscar Mage no matter what. If they attack with it. So they draw a card, that's the best case for us. One red mana left. They play another Soulscar Mage. I think they will only attack with it. Oh, they have another. They have yet another. Aren't they? We go in with the Side Dragon. We take it. There's not much we can do about it. At the end of turn, I'm gonna put counters on the Hangalog Walker, and sadly gonna make servos, but shield, no. That's another forest. I mean, it looks bad, but it's actually better than it seems because we can make tons of servos in the Valley Mimic, so drawing too many lands is not bad. I'm just gonna attack them with These dudes, see what they do. I think they're kind of forced to block here. No blocks. Then what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna spend here right before I do it. I'm gonna, with animation module, I'm gonna put some extra counters on the Hangover Walker. And that will allow me to make 2 servos that will be 3-3 servos. Right? So it's gonna be pretty cool. So we're just gonna put counters over here. Tap, tap, tap. Maybe they bolted in response or something, but they only have 1 mana. So animation model has 2 abilities, well, 1 ability and 1 trigger, and the ability is that you can pay 3 and put a counter whatever you want. No matter if they bolt this, we still get to put the counters. Then we'll make 2 servos, which will be great for blocking. At least we make 1 servo, right? Yes. And these triggers, as I said, I explained in the previous video, when you have Metallic Mimic, the servo will trigger itself. So we can make another servo on top of this, and we basically are pretty insured against blocks next turn. They take 10 damage, so they go down to 2. So they cannot really fight this much more. Cannot pay anymore. So basically it allows, when you have Metallic Mimic on servo, servos come in with 1/1 counters on. That means that you basically, each servo will trigger animation model on its own. It's kind of like a insane production line, if you want, animation module. We have good blockers for this turn. I mean, unless they have like the most extreme. So they gotcha. This is really bad timing to gotcha them. We gotcha it before we got counted on. We didn't think about it, I guess. So now we have the servos, and they are at 2. So they need to produce another blocker, or they're facing lethal next turn, unless they have a lot of interaction. So I have not much to do, so I'm gonna pass my turn. Yes, I'm glad I was able to show this interaction with Metallic Mimic and servo, because I talked about it last. And of course, this is not last week for me, it's literally 10 minutes ago, but. So they should have dealt with the Metallic Mimic much earlier. They could, but I mean, that's one of the advantages of Hardened Scales over a lot of other decks. You're playing UR Prowess right now. I mean, we may be dying here. This is a strong deck. This is 8 damage, Lava Dart. That's. We can Lava Dart again. I mean, that's maybe I underestimate, but I think we kind of have to. So this is 5 damage. Sacrificing Lava Dart, dealing 1 more damage. Are we dead? I'm gonna block 1. That's 10. Do they have a bolt? Sometimes. Oh, maybe. Devastate. Okay, they concede. Okay, that was closer than I thought it would be. But that's the power of this Prowess deck. That's why it's so popular. This is 6/6 for 2. Quite strong. We could play this with Hardened Scales. GP mate. So yeah, this is tough. This is not an easy match. Maybe we're supposed to attack only with 1 creature and then leave another blocker up. Maybe leave the Hangover Walker up. So sideboard. Yeah. It's good. These manos are good. Damping Spheres could be good. Eternal guys are definitely not good in the same way. Maybe Damping Spheres is good because we have nothing else to bring in there. Like, yeah, Metallic Mimics are good, but they die to Gutshot. They die to Lava Dart, so they just really, really die fast. And Silver Seer, the same. So we don't really like those cards. Eternal Get is fine. Maybe we don't need 2 damping. Maybe on the draw I keep the Damping Spheres, on the play I will bring back. Just feels like it's a bit slow, this card, right? So maybe it doesn't do it. Of course, Metallic Mimic can offset a bit of these speed issues, right? But it's really not. Yeah, it really dies. I mean, casting Metallic Mimic and naming Construct with it, then gut-shotting you, it's. Anyway, I'm not going to talk much about the strategy. All my other videos are better for this. I've not really tried dumping. I mean, I'm going to talk a bit about it. I have not tried dumping sphere so much in this matchup, so I'm not. So I'm not like too familiar with it. I don't know if it's good or not, but I guess we gotta try it. This 2-line is better. So I'm gonna keep this hand. The other hand I didn't keep because I didn't have. I don't think anybody's that. You need lands to play the game. And of all these cards, I'm gonna put Badis Cavalry Combiner. You know, Ballista and Ravager are some of our best cards. Cavalry Combiner, we don't even mana to cast it. So yeah, Cavalry goes. They're going down to 5, which is good for us, but we can still lose pretty. We only need really one creature, and we didn't find any of these members on normal event, so that's Susphere. That tells me they don't have like the other guy, Sorcerer Mage. When they have both, they normally cast the Sorcerer Mage first. But yeah. Anyway, we play Animation Module first. Better than the Arcbound Worker. You know. We're on the draw, so we want to be defensive. That's my whole idea. Right now, I'm playing Animation Model first. Probably going to play Worker, make a servo to try to be as defensive as possible. Trying to draw into these big cards like Hardened Scales and yeah, trying to somehow stabilize their onslaught. Because they only have 3 cards in hand, right? So they really cannot deal with that many creatures. So we are able to stabilize, block with servos, and eventually then we maybe can overpower. Doesn't Manamorphose with only 1 creature, which is good for us. Maybe they have a Stormwing Entity. Double blown. Oh, they don't use the mana at all. Guess we're lucky there. Oh, the Ozolith is strong. So I'm gonna play the Inmoth Nexus, and I'm actually gonna cast the Ozolith and the Worker and not use the. So the reason I'm doing this, playing the Ozolith and the Worker, is if they want to use a Bolt here, that is not fine, but at least we get the counters back on the Ozolith. And if not, we can play next turn. But I really want to use my mana, right? And I could make a servo instead of casting the Ozolith, but I really like keeping my counters up. Especially next turn if we're able to, for example, play Ravager or Ballista. Okay, that's opt. If they don't kill the Arcbound Worker, I'm probably not going to kill it myself. Let's see what they do with their card. So I'm killing it myself means not blocking. So yeah. Because getting a Ravager out of Bolt range is really strong. This turn 3 by them. So what you want to be thinking in general here is, will they play a land? They play a land, right? So we don't know. They could have more than, okay, that's probably coming to the lava. That's just expected, you know. I mean, fine. Modular doesn't do anything here. This doesn't do anything either. Nope. So they will attack. Will take 3 damage. They have a lava dart on the graveyard, but they can. Second Ravager, that's. Now the question becomes, do we want to play the Ballista or we want to play the Ravager? If we play the Ravager, we can make a servo, but they can shoot it when the trigger is on the stack. Don't like that. They can also shoot the Ballista when the. Yeah, probably play a Ravager. So I'm gonna play the Ravager and make a servo. If they don't shoot it, then we gonna do it like this. So I'm gonna always yield to this. Lava Dart in response. That would of course not be great, but we can still make a servo, move some counters on to it. And I will not sacrifice this to save the Ravager. It also costs them 1 mana. But opponent's thinking, I think they're thinking about this line of sacrificing the 1 mountain, the Lava Dart, or maybe bolting it directly. And they're thinking, will we actually sacrifice the Ravager? Oh, that's actually pretty for us. So yes, make a servo, and here we're gonna move the counters on the obsolete over the Hardened Ravager if we can. And if they allow our in response, we can eat the servo. Cards in hand for opponent. Remove the counters. We cannot make more servos, sadly. Land would be a great draw next turn. So no need to Manamorphose again. I'm gonna block this with the servo no matter what, unless they kill it. Blue and red. Funny, normally people get double red, but may play small blue cards. Got shot on the servo. Use the red mana, right? No, sorry. Sadly, we cannot. Okay. Let's see what they do with their remaining mana. They have one lava dart, that's the only thing they have. I'm gonna take this damage. That's they have one lava dart. They could, if they had, oh, I could should have counted this first. So if they bolt me, they lava dart me. That's 4 damage. And if they bolt me now, that's 5. This is still not lethal. First lining, us. So we take, okay, it's not even a bolt. Photogenic growth. We dead. Wow. We are 1 bolt away from. That's a lot of damage. So no cards in hand, no lava darts for our opponent, so we can try to engineer a win next time. Their way. We play a forest. I think we can go for Nimmoth kill here. We can play the second Ravager, animate the Nimmoth Nexus, sacrifice the animation module. That will be 4 counters here. Sacrifice this Ravager to it. So we have a kill here. They went all in. They missed out, and that's one of the great reasons of playing mono green. We are we don't take any damage from our land, only nurturing people. So we play the Ravager. Say no. Now what we do is we eat this animation module. Then we sacrifice. What we do is activate the Nimmoth Nexus. We sacrifice with this Ravager. I'll try to make the maximum amount of counters. So we put the counters on this Ravager. Yes. And it's not necessarily this time, but some other times could be necessary. So we sacrifice it to say GG again. Yeah. We didn't even need this. Let me go back to the game. So to explain basically, I mean, you probably know, right? So basically what we do here is we sacrifice now the Ravager to itself. We put 6 counters here. We put 6 counters here. We move 6 counters over the Ozolith. So it will be 10 counters on the Ozolith. Then 10 counters will come here. So there will end up being a 17-17. But you know, even with the Blinkmoth Nexus, we could have killed them. Yeah, that is the play, you know, kind of playing patient, making sure that you get the Ozolith out. And honestly, I don't know if there was a combination of cards that killed us there. Because Mutagenic Growth in reality does as much damage as a bolt. Maybe this was a bolt, and there's only 1 more damage we take. Maybe that was fine, but I actually should be counting their kills a bit more. But it's okay. I'm trying to focus more on us playing what we do. Basically, this is an Nimmoth kill. Really easy one, honestly. Of course, when they have 0 cards in hand, well, now they drew some. Never get to draw it. So yeah, we went 4-1. Funny enough, like when you focus on your own play, you actually play better. The only loss was to Stoneforge deck. Maybe by the time you saw this, I have figured out the matchup. I need to figure out, do I want to play Cavern of Souls? Do I want to play Gemraiser? How many Gemraisers do I want to bring in against them? How many dismembers? It's not really a control deck, it's more like a mid-range deck, but you're gonna play too much removal because then the... Okay, so that's good. Good, I'm done now. So it's good to not play too much removal against them, but if you play too much removal, then you're gonna get yeah. If you don't play enough removal, then you just get owned by the Battle Skull. So yeah, it's a bit of a, what time is it? Anyway, I'm gonna open this chest to celebrate that we did well on this league, and I think the list was pretty solid. You know, it worked, but it was like as solid as Scales. I'm gonna open all these chests and we can celebrate. I wonder why everything is so big all of a sudden. So we got some plate points, a time wipe, oh, it's maximum bigness, some time wipe with some extra. That's cool. That's from Jumpstart. That's cool. Epic proportions. Extra planar lens. Open the graves. Man, I opened this card on a Modern Horizons booster. I was like, all the cards. Open on those. Spirit of the Hunt and Dromocratis. I don't know what this. I actually I'm curious how much this. Anyway, I'll leave the video here. Thanks a lot for watching. And yeah, if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. Do you want me to play a similar list next time? Do you want me to be more experimental? Do you want me to focus more on the strategy next time? Do you want to focus more on sideboarding? I think most of these things I do in my normal play. So yeah, until next time, take care guys, and I'll see you there.